Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Wrestling Fans Insight Special Episode Edition, where we're doing our very first live broadcast, but also our very first live interview with a fellow wrestling fan. She followed me late last year, and we became good little wrestling buddies over the last few months. And sh- quite the experience she's had in the last month, because is it the first time WWE's been to Puerto Rico?
18 years later, Backlash was Backlash. New Year's Eve Revolution.
All right. So yeah, this is Guilmary Gomez. You can follow her on Twitter at Guilmary Gomez. How's it going tonight?
Amazing.
Let's kind of get to know you a little bit here. How long have you been a fan of pro wrestling?
Since I was 15 years, thanks to my brother.
Awesome. And do you have any favorite wrestlers?
Currently, Claudio Castagnoli from AF is my all-time favorite.
Yeah, I remember seeing you kind of displaying that flag there just before one of the AEW pay-per-views.
Yeah. Yeah, the famous flag. Drew McIntyre is my all-time favorite. I met him back in 2021 here in Puerto Rico in the Dole. Was amazing.
Nice. And are you a fan of just WWE and AEW, or do you like them all?
I love all the companies.
And do you have like any kind of like favorite moments outside of the Backlash event?
Probably is doing a live with my best friend, Alexander. I know he's not has Twitter, but I will convince him.
Awesome. So let's kind of get right to it.
Yes.
You obviously had an enjoyable weekend. You were able to attend
Yes.
SmackDown the night before.
Yes. Was totally amazing. See, take out LA night.
And did you get to do anything else as far as SmackDown? Like any favorite memories?
Probably screaming that all the time. Yeah, for LA night was the best.
All right.
And I think it was the big chance for Damien here on SmackDown.
And what I can't remember, was Bad Bunny on SmackDown? Yeah, he came out with the
Yes,
LCO, right?
yes, I was on the top where the firework did like the cozy entrance. I was like, no way. By the way, the fire of Dusty got me into my eyes. I was like, no way.
And oh man, I tell you, that looked like it. You guys were a hot crowd all weekend, not
Yes, I know.
not just for SmackDown, but both Backlash. I mean,
Backlash, the return of Carlito and Uncle Savio Vega was the highlight of my night.
and oh man, I tell you, I wish we had more fan reaction like that here in the U.S. at times. Not saying that every city is like that, but man, I tell you, you guys were the MVP of that whole weekend. I think
I saw I
Carlos
think
and
I
I
saw
both
that
played in
on
our
Instagram that everyone say my crowd is the best. They're doing for the love of the wrestlers. I know.
as far as when it came down to the whole weekend event, this is
Mhm.
a question Carlos had for you. Uh,
Okay.
he wanted to know what the crowd breakdown between the Puerto Rican fans compared to fans that were outside of Puerto Rico.
So the crowd, I I was on top on the Vaponi flight, and I was like seeing everyone standing. I was like, this never happened before. I was like, damn, that was amazing.
And do you guys have independent? I mean, obviously you have independent wrestling, but what's your independent wrestling scene like out there in Puerto Rico?
Like the father Carlito, Carlos Colon, the WC that I have. It's like everyone goes to the canchas to see live wrestling here in Puerto Rico.
And obviously a legend family like the Colognes, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really hard not to enjoy watching
Yes.
them.
Soon, I think it's going to be anniversary of the wrestling company of Carlito, of Father Carlos Colon.
So as far as Backlash goes, tell us about your entire night there. I mean, give us your whole story of how that whole night went.
So it was so freaking amazing. I know this for sure. Or the night I get to see Selena reaction for the first time, just like Barico Chance was all over the place and was like this never happened before. Also the Damien Priest chance. I am part of the Damien Priest fans here in Puerto Rico, Boricua Archers. That was the best part. And the Alamo entrance, everyone, I think I saw a Colombia flag on the SmackDown, Mexico flag on that.
And if do you think there would have been anything you would have changed in that entire night?
Probably the entrance of when the wrestlers are coming because I went through a lot of the wrestling fan here in since the WWE is coming. Um, they changed outside back in 2021, and they changed all the teams because after everyone enters with this curtain black, and I was like, this never happened before.
What will you mostly remember from your entire weekend?
So back SmackDown weekend, I literally remember I was like running and I fell down and I was like, but I okay and standing. Backlash weekend was the hugest success for my life.
And let's say uh, if you were a booker for that night, what match would you have made just for that event alone?
So I will get with many other fans like put them a bunny fight Damian on the May event. Back in 2021, Damian fights here in Puerto Rico in my event with Sami Zayn for the United States Championship here.
Now, being that you've been a longtime wrestling fan now,
Yes.
how do you feel about the women's division across all the companies?
So I felt amazing. They deserve it, especially Nati. I know her. Mommy Rhea too.
Sorry, I'm just trying to read up some questions here as we go.
Don't worry, I know
My
this.
phone is kind of being a little bit slow today as far as the
Mhm.
questions go. Um, so if WWE was coming back to Puerto Rico anytime soon, I'm gonna assume that you're gonna be right there right away.
Yes, I'm going to be there. I'm saving on curling. Today I got paid, and I said to my friend that he's curling on SmackDown today. He will. I told her for message that he has my phone number, and I told her and save me to go back there. I ordered merch for Damian, Judgment, and Cody. They never arrived. That shirts, the two shirts that I ordered.
So if let's just say another brand definitely comes into town, I'm assuming you're gonna go to those right away as well.
Yes.
They
WWE, take my money. I know this for sure. That if if you follow NXT, you will see a dude that I practically interact with me on Instagram. His name is Dante Shen, and I know this for sure.
is we do have a couple of questions coming in. Um, I don't even know that name. I can't even pronounce it. So, but I am gonna ask it.
When
Uh, it's one I can't really see. It's on one of my Facebook pages here. So
okay,
the question they're asked is, what got the best chance for the night of Backlash?
Selena Vega definitive. The just like body questions all over the place was the best that I seen.
So, and uh, I do have to ask a question though. I mean,
Okay.
you know Savio Vega's career, obviously.
Yes, I met his brother back in this past summer on an event, and I met Sabia Vega back in 2013 here in Puerto Rico in one of the WWE events.
Another question I have is, who got the loudest pop? I think we already got that answer just based off the
But
last.
Bonnie definitely
Yeah.
and
So
Bea had all the zombies singing and Booker T on SmackDown.
now, are you a big fan of Dominic Mysterio?
No. I am a big fan of Damian thanks to New Demon Diva that she went to my work and asked me if I team Damian or team Bad Bunny. Was like team Damian, of course.
Oh, looks like we got a one comment here. Hello from God's country, but they're listed as Facebook user. But thank you for your comment there. Um, so, if you were a fantasy booker outside the event, what would be your favorite match, no matter what brand it is?
Or Booker T or whatever wrestler.
Well, whoever two wrestlers you would like to see face each other.
So I saw Claudio Castagnoli with in a three tag with Drew McIntyre and Finn Balor with the bloodline here. I was like, damn, that was the best. So I actually tweet before, after that event, that I want to see Claudio Cesaro. I never saw him, and I was like, and I immediately see Drew McIntyre.
Man, that definitely made your night, I'm sure.
And Tibor, Diak, Mace from the muscle models. I see all the photos.
Oh,
A video that I filmed from friend David with Rhea Ripley.
good old mommy there.
Yeah, mommy.
Oh, so apparently the Facebook user fessed up to who it was. It was one of my buddies, Cody Sturmer, who lives not too far from me. Well, I should say about 200 miles. But hey,
Wow.
Cody, thank you for joining us. Sorry, I'm still waiting on the next question here. But as we're
Don't
talking,
worry, I know.
as we're
Mhm.
waiting for the next question here, as far as your let's talk about the other brands for just a second. in AEW,
Yeah.
who's your favorites outside of Claudio Castagnoli at the moment?
So Claudio and Mira Yura. I know this. I think that will come back everywhere and work. They asking me what is my favorite wrestler, and I was like Claudio Castagnoli, of course.
Now, is there a talent that you don't like at all?
Luchasaurus. I don't like him
That okay, now that one kind of baffles me. What don't you like about Luchasaurus?
because he attacked Jungle Boy.
Oh, well, I guess that's a good reason.
The El Serpentico. He's from my country, Puerto Rico.
So, have you ever attended events outside of Puerto Rico? I mean, I know you said you had a
Mhm.
live with your bestie in Mexico.
Yeah, never, but I want to. Like WrestleMania, I want to attend one day.
I think after your crowd reaction at Backlash, you guys definitely deserve a WrestleMania there in San Juan.
Yes.
I mean, I
And like I said, pay-per-view here again. That will be amazing. I know this my crowd for sure.
so I really have to ask because the crowd reaction is what was our MVP on one of our broadcasts a couple weeks ago. I mean, me and Carlos were just in awe of how it wasn't just like a normal event where the crowd dies down in the middle. You guys were just live from start to finish. I mean,
Yes.
how did you guys have that kind of energy going?
So if if you're around time here in Puerto Rico, you watch a SmackDown on Saturday tomorrow, and you will see the wrestling. Every second that I see wrestling here, I start screaming. I was one of the person that started screaming all night here. Yeah, so many times that I can remember.
I was almost thinking maybe you hooked everybody up with a Starbucks or something. I got another question from Carlos. He would like to know, did the WWE have events in the community besides SmackDown, Backlash, and the press conference where you
I
could
think
meet or you could meet other WWE superstars?
I think no, but I went to the hotel here in Puerto Rico back in 2021, and I had to pleasure. After the event, it was like I went to the hotel Sheraton here, and I see referee Eddie Orengo, and I didn't know what is him. Um, I start and I see Drew McIntyre, and I went running. Drew, can uh, I told Drew, wait a second. I showed a picture that my brother took, and I showed him. He told me that he loved that picture. It was like that. And nothing. Um, Jack and Mace. My brother asked Jack and Mace for a photo with me.
Sorry about that. We had kind of a minor technical difficulty there. Uh, so, is there anything you would look forward to as far as any promotion outside WWE coming into Puerto Rico?
Probably I want to see LF live here in Puerto Rico so bad.
Apparently, I got a non-wrestling related question. Your favorite food?
My favorite food is definitely mofongo here in Puerto Rico. On the park, of course.
I think this is gonna be an obvious answer because, like, based off your
Yeah.
reactions and crowd, but, uh, if you were to give it a rating of a 1 to 10, 10 being the best, how would you rate that entire weekend of SmackDown and
Uh,
Backlash?
Probably like 10 or 22 because it was the best weekend so far. And that was the life changing of my life, and I know this for sure.
Did you end up losing your voice from screaming so loud in the crowd?
Yes.
Some of these questions are getting kind of funny, so bear with me. Did you end up taking any signs to the events?
For the posters, or so if you talk about this the posters on SmackDown, they told us they don't bring posters. So it was like
Man, they're kinda getting a little,
crazy. It was crazy.
yeah, I'll tell you, they're cracking down on signs lately. It's not like it
Yeah.
was 20 years ago when, when we were allowed to bring signs. That shows you my age right there. But
Mhm.
but
I
yeah,
asked one friend that was in the crowd, and I say they don't bring a poster, and he told me bring mine, and I left mine in the car for SmackDown the Backlash and Backlash too.
if you don't lose your voice at a live event, are you even a fan? And
Mm,
I've never lost my voice, but yeah, I'm still a fan. But Gilmary
yes,
Gilmary is one of those over the top fans, and that's good.
yes.
So,
All time hardcore fan here in Puerto Rico.
and another weird non-wrestling related, I guess you could say it is, but they asked you how long did it take you to leave the building?
So okay, after for two shows, I parked a little bit longer to the Coleon 24/7 market here in Puerto Rico. To the Coliseum on Saturday that was closer to me. I walked home.
What's your thoughts on Tony Storm winning back the AEW Women's Championship?
I didn't see the poster because two of my friends' birthday was the same day of the I was like, damn, she deserved it.
All right, the next question is, who would you like to see Claudio Castagnoli face next for the Ring of Honor World Championship?
Definitely Chris Jericho again. I have a coworker that he's a fan of Jericho, and I told him his name is Jericho, part of his real name.
I think I'm gonna know the answer to this one already. Would
Yeah.
you like to see Drew McIntyre take on Seth Rollins for the World Heavyweight Championship?
Definitely, yes. Drew is all my time favorite person to meet.
I think someone should have known that if they knew you're a Drew McIntyre fan.
Yes, I am.
Someone's trolling you, Gilmary. Well,
Very,
I'll have to stick someone on them like Heather or, maybe Carlos.
yes.
Who do you think Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn should lose the tag team championships to?
I will say they keep the title, the WWE titles.
What's your thoughts on Roman Reigns' championship reign?
Oh my gosh, Roman Reigns. I, bro, if you know me, is the Roman Reigns is my always I carry on my backpack. Roman Reigns, and I say to my friends, I acknowledge my tribal chief.
Who do you think defeats Roman Reigns for those championships?
Probably the American Nightmare Cody Rhodes.
Sorry, say that again.
The American Nightmare Cody Rhodes.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, a little off the wall question, but was Cody Rhodes the favorite that night?
Yes. I I sent the wall to don't say to see the crowd and thanks to Cody the night before he told us to scream loud the word of us like I will better say my words. Of course I did say my words to scream that wall.
And kind of a second part to that question. They saw extra footage of Brock Lesnar acknowledging the fans of Puerto Rico.
Yes. That
How
was an ovation, standing ovation for Brock Lesnar here. Um After the fight ends, everyone was sending to ovation to Brock Lesnar. And he then attacked all the commentary members, the camarógrafos, the filmmakers. They didn't attack that.
an interesting one here. Do you think the Usos are going to split from each other?
Probably.
Do you see Solo Sikoa going on his own?
I think so.
Apparently, somebody has something for the bloodline on this interview.
Yes. The bloodline.
What's your thoughts on Gunther?
I love counter. So in SmackDown back in this past month, he never came, and I was like, he was supposed to be here on SmackDown that night, and he never came.
Oh man, that's a disappointment.
Yes, I screamed to, I think, Louis Kaiser that I love him so bad.
Yeah, being someone who actually watched Gunther in person here in Utah, oh man, I'll tell you, that guy is an awesome worker to watch.
And
But
here I think
uh,
so.
but those chops are as loud as they sound on TV, I tell you.
I definitely can't wait to see Gunter. Is that they come back 2 years, every second 2 years, they come here to Puerto Rico.
What do you think of Tiffany Stratton winning the NXT Women's Championship?
I feel happy for her. She's I was screaming her name. I was like, Tiffany deserves it.
Do you see Carmelo Hayes making main roster soon?
Yes.
Oh boy, this one's gonna be a fun one. Between WWE Night of Champions, NXT Battleground, and AEW's Double or Nothing, which was your favorite pay-per-view of the weekend?
So it's probably the NXT Battleground. I didn't see Night of Champions. I was working and I left my work. I immediately rushed my home to watch Night of Champions.
Were you dancing along with Seth Rollins' music?
No, I was dancing all the time. So before the backlash went there, I can hear the song. Everyone singing. That was the best.
Do you think eventually Damage Control is going to split up?
No, I love Damage Control.
Even though it looks like there's some turmoil between Bailey and Io Sky?
Yes.
Oh boy. Did you ever try to wrestle anybody when you were younger?
No. My brother actually wrestled to me. He did a spiral edge and the hardest.
That's kind of a sibling thing to do, you know. I used to do that to William all the time.
Yeah.
Outside of t-shirts and posters, do you collect anything else wrestling wise?
I call it Disney stuff.
Oh, here's a really good one. Do you think they should make name changes to the WWE Women's Championships on the main roster?
I think probably no.
Now, I guess I got a counterpart to that question. When would you like to see them switch those championships on their proper brands?
Yes.
I sorry, I gonna kinda take over on that one a little bit. I just have a hard time seeing the SmackDown Women's Championship on Raw and the Raw Women's Championship on
Oh, yes.
SmackDown.
Around and China. I don't like her. I don't like Ronda.
So you're not a fan of the WWE Women's Tag Team Champions?
No. I am fan of Raquel Rodriguez because she's Latin, like me.
Oh, wow, now come on. You're someone.
Yes.
Alright. So I guess I got another question for you. Do you think WWE should have women's tag team champions on each brand?
Yes.
Yeah, I already know the answer to this question. If you were to have a choice on who you would like to personally interview for a full hour, who would you choose?
Claudio.
Oh,
Claudio.
really?
Yes. So I met Isa near Demon Diva. On my board, I told her that I love the interview so bad. The fight that Claudio mentioned and that I was the best, that was the best night so far for me. So Claudio, if you see this, I'm waiting for you
I
because
wouldn't.
Claudio, um, I learned through coffee to Claudio.
I almost would say I was never gonna guess that, but ooh, what's your thoughts on MJF?
I don't like NJ. So I actually saw NJ figure here in Puerto Rico, and I had to put it back in front of the Jericho one, Hackman Adam Page.
I'm hoping you watched AEW Dynamite the other night because that's kind of a question based off one of Tony Khan's announcements.
Yes, I
They
saw that. I
yeah,
was
they wanna know what your thoughts are on CM Punk coming back.
so I'm so happy that CM Punk is coming back to IF. I have a previous dog that I said his name was Punk, and I was be happy for him to come back.
Oh, interesting one.
I
No
was jumping all the time when Tony Khan announced that.
So we have yet another question. This might get a little biased here, who knows? They like to know if you listen to any wrestling podcasts.
Yes.
And I'm gonna ask the daring question, which one's your favorite?
Probably the Chris Van Valiant podcast because he did that interview with my favorite band on stage.
Ooh, another interesting one. What's your thought on the female referees?
I love him. They making history.
I got another one. Have you ever thought about attending a Chris Jericho rock and wrestling cruise?
I want to so bad.
I'll tell you what, they are definitely fun.
Yes, I was seeing the Sammy Guevara blog on the Jericho Cruise. I was like, I wanna be there to meet all the wrestlers.
Yeah, we're not gonna ask that question. Sorry. That's a little personal. Uh, yeah, so, other than that, I think we're gonna pretty much oh, hang on one more second. Oh, yeah, someone else actually agrees with me. I'm not sure which one this one was, but, uh oh, actually, I think that's my wife. She cheated. The cruises are worth every penny, I definitely agree. I've attended 2 of the 5 no, 2 of the yeah, 2 no, 2 of the 4 that they've had, and
Mhm.
I'll tell you the interaction you get with talent, and you get basically 2 to 3 wrestling shows a day. You get some rock concerts going and other events that involve the
Yes.
talent. Oh, I think you would definitely have the time of your life there, Guilmary.
Yeah, I want to so bad to go to the Jericho Cruise.
Oh, maybe one of these years we'll meet each other there. How about that?
Now, if you come to Puerto Rico when I come, I will be fine for me too.
I'm gonna get my wife to I'm gonna get my wife to give me permission, or actually, we're just gonna make a trip out of it.
Yes.
And as we're wrapping it up, yeah, it's definitely been fun talking with you and getting to know
Me
you.
too.
And being our first interview, obviously, it kind of got a little technical difficulties, and my apologies to
No
everyone
worry.
out there. But um, we have quite a little bit of latency between us, so that's why you're
Yeah.
hearing a lot of space between us. But oh yeah, I definitely know this is my wife commenting now. Vicky Guerrero said it was a better experience than WrestleMania, and I'm not gonna guarantee that, but it's definitely you definitely get your value out of the Jericho cruise. So kind
Yeah.
of a kind of a shameless plug there for you, Chris Jericho, if you're listening. I doubt it, but
My friend, one of my friends attended WrestleMania, and I was like, send it my the videos. The flag that actually appears on this WrestleMania is one of my friend's flag.
nice.
And the famous photo with Damian here back in 2021, and the flag is actually my friend with the flag. That flag is carried CM Punk and Sami Zayn and so many more wrestlers.
Yeah, I'm not asking that, Cody. Nice try. Um, oh lordy. All right. I think we're gonna wrap it up here. Like I say, it was definitely nice meeting you. Actually,
Me too. It
getting to
was
chat
a
with
pleasure
you.
meeting you.
All right. Well, Guilmary, I hope you have a lovely night, a great weekend, and look
Yes.
forward to talking to you again on Twitter here shortly. Do you
Yes.
want to give everyone your Twitter handle and how they can reach you on social
So
media?
I have Twitter, Instagram. My handle is Guilmary Gomez. And Instagram too. You can follow me. I will interact with you. Like Claudio did with me on Instagram. He liked one of my pictures on Instagram.
All right. Well, you have a great night. I hope you all enjoyed this interview, being our first one with our very special friend and guest, Gilmary Gomez. Gilmary, thank you for your time sharing your experience with the WWE Backlash weekend. I mean, again, I hope to see another PLE there in
Yes.
in due
You
time.
better come. You better come. Every 2 years they come here to Puerto Rico and we'll scream so loud for them.
Hell yeah, that definitely. So all right. Well, for Gilmary Gomez, this is John Hoppy with the Wrestling Fans Insight. Thanks again for tuning in to this interview. We will have this published again as a special episode, and we will be leaving the video up for probably about a week or two. So feel free to come check it out if you didn't catch it at the very front. So with that said, have a great weekend, everyone. Take care.